their transition the other way.
That's an excellent play. Time that check. Now we'll see CLC get to work offensively.
Ooh, a good cut from behind. Those cuts are rare. You don't see them so often, but when you do, they're beautiful, curling around the crease.
Right there, come on.
CLC just getting everybody a touch, getting settled on their offensive end.
Good footwork there. Stay in front of her matchup.
Some great defense. I like the high pressure, staying on the shoulder. And another great back check. We've seen one at both ends so far. And we're into transition the other way.
It's a really nice takeaway, like you were saying. What's the toughest part when you're throwing a check like that? Is it just timing it correctly, making sure that you don't get beat any further?
Exactly. So that's the main point of it, is you never really want to give up body positioning on an offensive player to go for a check, because then if we miss the check, you can get yourself into a sticky situation as a defensive player. But so far we've seen two great time checks where we take off that contact from the body and go for the check, and they've been successful. So looks like a 3-second call. So ball will go to the hanging hash for an 8-meter position opportunity.
Oh, tried to go short side high. Couldn't quite pick that corner.
Some great stick work there. Team 1 starting with the ball behind. CLC applying some pressure, but great take and a great save.
Goalie did a great job there, keeping her hands up.
Reading the ball, a shot high to high. Good save for the goalie. And another one.
Team 1 maybe might have to change the planes a little bit there, going high to high on both of them.
Some good pressure. Working the ball high again.
So you saw Team 1 attack twice from behind the cage. You expect to see more of that, which is how they were able to kind of get topside and get a look that was turned aside?
I think so. I think they were two great takes, just finishing those shots. Instead of finishing high to high, change levels, maybe fake high, finish low. We're just going for a low shot, but absolutely continuing to take those looks when they're available. Looks like we had a yellow card out on the field, so CLC is going to be player up for 2 minutes. And a great clear the hustle.
Yeah, she was able to pull away in a couple strides. Impressive, because she had 2 or 3 girls on her. So, what do you want to see out of this offensive possession for CLC, especially being a player up?
A player up possession is always fantastic. I'd really like to see some great ball movement, just keeping the ball active, and there we go.
Right on cue. Good job, Coach. Nailed it.
In a player-up opportunity, what you really look for is those passes, keeping the ball active. It's not so much dodging, because you always know that one of your players is going to be open because, like we said, a player-up. So just keeping the ball moving, and then eventually somebody is bound to be open on the inside or on the outside to look for shooting space. Back to the draw control.
Too low?
Yep, that ball just needs to go above the shoulders. So we'll bring it back. And that one is plenty high, and a great draw control by Team 1. So CLC is still a player up here, so they have the ability to pressure out a little bit more than they typically would. I think I heard there's 20 seconds left on the card, so we will be back to even strength for both teams.
Yeah, Team 1 players were imploring each other to just hold it, try to kill off the rest of the yellow flag.
That's definitely a smart move. So we're back to even strength, 7v7 out.
Huge draw control there for Team 1, though, being down a player.
Definitely. You want to avoid playing man down or player down, woman down as much as you can.
They're trying to sneak in right on the crease, right on the post there again. They weren't able to get through it, but I think that might be something that Team 1's identified as an area that they want to try to exploit.
I would agree with that. CLC just had a great slide to cover for it that time.
Excellent play to knock that ball down in the first place. Number 13 jumped past, anticipated it, knocked it down, and caused a 50-50 ground ball that CLC came away with.
Looks like we had a push on the sideline, just making sure the ball starts at the right spot for this clear. So Team 1's strategy here in the clear is not to pressure everybody that's back towards their own goal, but to kind of hang off a little bit and try to defend more so the 30 and prevent the ball from getting over that red line, that 30-yard line right there.
What I think it is.
It's a good take by CLC.
Heading the other way.
So I believe that was a moving pick call. So just like in basketball, you just can't be moving while you're going to set a pick. You just need to make sure as the offensive player, your feet are still so you can't just pick off a defender on the move. Some great hustle in the clear. And Team 1 back on the offensive end.
Oh, great cut. They couldn't quite hang on to that ball, but they're able to. Oh, now it's going the other way.
We've seen some beautiful back checks so far today.
A really good job by both defenses. Now number 13, that's her second straight caused turnover.
And some great defense again. The 8-meter from the center hash.
Boom. 2-0 CLC. Great explosiveness, I thought, kind of getting a step ahead of the crashing defense. And she was able to finish it off with the bouncer.
So it looks like there's a yellow card after the whistle as well on Team 1 again. So once again, they will be player down. And if I'm not mistaken, CLC might be starting with the ball off the draw.
What's the toughest look for a goalie to kind of have on a free position, like on an 8-meter, like what, when they're top center? I assume you're kind of guessing a little bit, especially when it's so close. But is there one thing that goalies in particular are looking for there?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of body language. I also know a lot of goalies that will try to bait the shooter to shoot towards one side or the other. So the goalie will maybe stand a little extra far to their right or a little further to their left to have the shooter be like, wow, this one section of the goal is really open. But the goalie knows they're purposely doing it and is able to explode into that space. Center hash is really hard. You really prefer to have those first or second inside hashes, where as a goalie you have a little bit better of angles of knowing where that shot might be going. But in the center, it can just be tough. So just a reminder here that CLC is player up, so they have an extra player on the field, so we really want to look for lots of quick passes, keeping the ball moving. We talked about a 3-second rule in our earlier game, just trying to hold the ball for a maximum of 3 seconds before it moves into the next player's hands to find that open girl on the backside.
And there's another one right after you said the first time, and now right after you said it the second time. That was just great, great ball movement. I think 4 girls touched the ball before, they threw it into the middle. A terrific cut right down the middle too. Found the lefty to finish it off, but it seems like they've done a really good job of, to your coaching point, of just kind of understanding that you got to keep the ball hot, and you got to look for cutters.
Yes, that was some beautiful offense. And another redraw. And that one's clean. And won by Team 1.
Good win by Team 1. Able to win it to herself and now push the pace. Oh, what a save.
That was a great save, but I like the take.
We talked about on their first 2 takes from behind the cage, you try to go high to high. There they try to go high to low. Goalie's still able to come up with a save. Goalie might just be held in at this point.
I would agree with that. She's definitely came up with some big saves back there. But on the flip side from Team 1, I really like that take to just push the break. She had no one on her. It was a good shot. She's got to bury it to the corners instead of right at the goalie.
Oh. Almost landed the overhead.
Some good composure from CLC to hold on to that, though. And a shooting space call. We'll have another 8-meter. A great take. And we have another yellow card.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like a check near the head. So once again, CLC will be a player up and will be starting with the ball at the draw.
These are just tough ones for Team 1. Tough to get back into it when you're not even having a chance on the draw control, let alone being a player down
Exactly.
the whole time.
And I understand these calls can be frustrating at times. Things might not be falling the way you want them to, but composure is a big key, just to make sure you're playing clean and upright and not taking those extra checks, just to put your team in a good position. Knowing that the refs might be calling a tighter game, it's important to know to clean up your checks a little bit and play a little bit more conservative than you might normally play. Ooh, great
That's a big save for Team 1. Can they get the rebound? No. It will stay on CLC offensive end of things. And now they pick off a pass, pick up the ground ball. Team 1 needs a possession here. I mean, not only to kill the player down situation, but just they haven't had much of the possession. Looks like the Team 1 player may have gotten clipped in the head there with a stick.
So now we have a yellow card for CLC. So we are even on the field now. Once the ball is cleared, it will be a 6v6 instead of your typical 7v7.
And she's heading off the field.
It's a great ride by CLC. Having 2 players put some pressure on ball. It looks like it might have been successful.
Yeah. A good ground ball, and she is going to be able to get possession in the offensive end.
It's some great defensive pressure we're seeing from Team 1 right now, though.
And now CLC is able to get out of that pressure. So really impressive run by 93.
So it looks like there's a couple less people out on the field. It's because we have 2 cards, 1 for each team right now, so we're working in a 6v6. So in this sort of situation, from the offensive perspective, you know that your slides are much longer, so you have a lot more room to work with, which it looks like CLC is taking advantage of right now, knowing that the defensive slides for Team 1s are going to be much longer than they normally are.
You have to love this if you're an offensive player, right, with all the extra space to play with?
Absolutely, but now we are back to man down, so Team 1's penalty was released. So you see they have 2 players on ball now applying some pressure. So it looks like they'll be man up. If you're CLC, you just kind of want to stall a little bit until your player from the box is released to be even again.
Are you surprised that we didn't really see a ton of pressure there behind the cage? I mean, they were able to come up with a save, which is great, but you know, if you're +1 on the player count, wouldn't you throw a double at that point?
I would agree with that. Apply a little extra pressure, especially being down and not being able to convert offensively yet.
Now the ball come back to CLC.
And I believe Team 1 is still player up, so we might see a little bit of that extra pressure going into this set. From an offensive perspective, you're just trying to waste that penalty clock right now.
Of course.
Just staying wide. You're not really looking to go to goal.
I think we're seeing that double team that we were talking about. Not anymore. And now we're even up. 7 players aside.
It's some great defense.
CLC has to be happy how they were able to waste away that penalty and now still have possession of the ball.
For sure. I know their defense is thanking them for not having to play player down.
Now coming the other way. Big ground ball for Team 1.
That's a great pickup. Let's see what they're able to do. They have numbers in a 5v4 situation.
Excellent job to cut that off, though. Oh, feed the crease. Another save. Oh, it's a finish. What a goal. Excellent patience. Couldn't tell if she got stopped or just held onto the ball after the first attempt, but the second one went in.
Back to the draw control. First draw control we've had in a little bit, coming off of 2 just automatic possession draws after fouls after 8-meter shots.
Big goal for Team 1, though. They needed something, a little sign of life, and they can string together a couple good plays here. They'll be right back into it. And there's one of them.
It's a great draw control.
There you go.
Hard take. Some great defensive pressure. Looks like a dodge situation might be getting set up. With a great double by CLC.
Wow, what a shot. I actually thought that was pretty good defense. She was able to get topside and get her hands free up top. Finish with a high-to-high.
That was a great finish.
I think if you're the defender there, you can't really fault yourself too much. It's just great play by the offensive player. But that's another big play for Team 1, and they're starting to chip away at it. Get another draw here, and you're in business.
Let's go. Let's go, Phoebe. Let's go, Phoebe. Come on, Phoebe.
And another draw.
There it is.
Good look behind. There's that cut we've had our eyes on.
Great job of getting to the middle and finishing it off. And Team 1 is right back in this. They've calmed down a bit on the yellow cards, and they've won a couple of draws, and they're right back into it. Able to kind of stem some of the momentum a little bit.
Absolutely. Lacrosse is a game of runs. Whoever has the most momentum and energy at the moment.
Big draw for CLC there. Kind of needed to slow Team 1 down a little bit. Feel like you'd like to see a nice long possession if you're CLC.
I would agree with that. Just work the ball around, get settled again. And a high bouncer over the goal.
Possession shot. Be all right.
Just a switch point of attack. I really like how CLC is making space for each other while they're dodging. They're not just standing and watching their teammate who's dodging. They're staying moving, so it makes it hard for Team 1 to send help, but it also opens up a lot of space for their teammates to dodge into.
And by doing that, you're also opening yourself up, right? If that help does come.
Exactly,
You
you're
know,
there.
you can move the ball to the backside.
A good recovery by Team 1 to pick up the open player after a 12-meter foul. Some great defense.
That's excellent defense.
Some great footwork, some great strength. And it looks like an off-ball foul.
See, I like the on-ball defense quite a bit, so I wasn't sure what the call was for. Great finish. Nobody slid to number 10, and she was able to finish it short side. What did you kind of see there? How were they able to get that look?
I really liked how quickly CLC was able to release that shot. She only got a step or two above the goal line before she released it. So coming off of a dodge and shooting that quickly can catch the defenders off guard. It can catch the goalies off guard as well. So that was great awareness by the CLC attacker. I would like to compliment Team 1's defense, though. There was a fantastic 1v1 high. So just watching those off-ball fouls so they can continue to play great on-ball defense is fantastic.
Now, for a defender, and obviously it varies for each player, but for a defender, what's generally the toughest area to be guarding? Is it up top on the wing where there's so much open space?
Definitely. In a high 1v1, especially as you know the players behind you are clearing some space for a big isolation play, it can be hard because the attacker has so much room to work with. They can dodge right, left, they can back it out, or just run straight down, which can be tough.
That'll take us to halftime with CLC leading 5-3.
We have a close game on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, Team 1's got 3 of the past 4 goals, which was desperately needed for them to claw back into this. So setting up for a great finish. Cool, thank you. Sure. Yeah, have at it. Hop in. Also, these Team 1.
They feel nervous. They felt nervous.
Can't see it.
I know.
How do you just get doc numbers from
I know. I have no idea. Like she's
It's like
doing a good job.
It's like my biggest pet peeve. Like, you know, this type of stuff. If I can't see your numbers. These are CLC's are great.
Yeah, easy. Navy blue on white.
That's it. Yep.
Terps games start yet?
Yeah, they were up 2-0 last time.
Now I'm going to listen to you guys on the second half.
Uh-oh, the pressure's on.
2-1 Terps.
So the storyline of the second half is it's adversity. So Team 1 is not sure all this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Really?
That's a good fun fact to
So
know.
more turnovers and more yellow cards in the first half down here than all we can combine. So let's see if the tired team from Chicago, who was up at 5 a.m. for the 8 a.m. game, can come back against the local club. How's that?
I like it.
Is that a little?
Appreciate it.
Is that a little? Oh yeah, and their flight got diverted to Pittsburgh because of tornadoes and mechanical failure.
Oh,
They
God.
almost didn't get here.
Oh,
And
God.
now they are here in the championship game. That's awesome.
Do they still have school? Do they still have school?
School on Monday.
No.
They go late if they win.
I'm having one of my guys go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are back for the second half of the 2029 B Championship game here at the NGLL National Championships. We have CLC up 5-3 over Team 1 from Chicago. First time that Team 1 has trailed all weekend long. which is, you know, not an ideal time to be trailing, but I guess you get kind of find out what you're made of at this point, right?
Exactly. Battle back, dig deep.
Get the first draw control. That's a good start. What do you want to see out of this Team 1 possession here?
I would say just starting the half, you have plenty of time left in the game. You're only down by 2 goals, which in the grand scheme of lacrosse is not much whatsoever. Just work the ball around once and then go in to set up your offense. I'm sure during halftime, coaches reviewed what looks they want to be going for, so just settle it for a second before getting things moving. I think it's really important just to be smart with the ball here. Coming down the stretch in a game where both defenses have been pretty stingy in allowing shots or allowing good looks on goal, just to really optimize each possession. A great slide by CLC. And a yellow card.
That's not going to help.
So Team 1 will be player up for 2 minutes.
Team 1 got hit by the yellow card bug a little bit in the first half. CLC, I think, had 1, so this is their second one. Great opportunity for Team 1 to get back into this.
Exactly, just looking for that ball movement that we discussed in that first half. Being player up, you just want to keep the ball moving. There's a flag up.
Now, how tough is it, excuse me, to be playing player down defense when a lot of the offense is initiating from behind the cage? How different is that than maybe up top?
It's just definitely a different look. If you're high when the ball is low, you really are just focused on cutters. It's the one time where you don't really need to be so aware of where the ball is and you're just focused on the cutter. Anytime the ball is higher up.
Great finish.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay.
An excellent finish and tight. Nice little slip, quick pass, and didn't think about it, just ripped it home.
Yes, that was a great finish by Team 1. And they will remain player up until the end of these 2 minutes.
Line up, Team 1.
Got a big draw control here. One by CLC. They needed that one. Now they can, for their sake, hopefully run out the yellow card.
Once again, I'm sure their defense is thanking them for not making them play player down defense. It's never ideal. It's doable, but just not ideal.
You'd rather not.
Exactly, if you have the choice.
And here we're seeing a little more pressure up top.
Exactly, I like to see that pressure from Team 1, just being player up, having the ability to play out a little higher, a little bit more aggressive than they may typically would do.
Are you a bit surprised they don't have somebody like going all the way out and pressing the ball right away?
Just being that it's still early in the game and it's still a close game, they don't absolutely need the ball right now. Yes, it would be nice, but it's not down to the wire. You don't want to burn yourself out too easily, so I can't say I'm too surprised. I think it was a smart play. And now we're back to even strength. We see CLC starting to initiate a little bit more offense than we did before.
Tight, 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 Ruby. Tight.
So a high dodge.
Good check.
Another great back check.
I feel like we've seen a couple really good back checks where they're able to get stick on stick without hitting anybody. And that's got to be really difficult to just time those checks so perfectly.
It sure is. Like we said, we don't want to compromise our body position on the offensive player, and these defenders are just timing it great. Looks like we had a 3-second call, which brought ball out to the dot.
Stay tight, Ruby. Stay tight.
Some great defense.
Stay tight. Good job.
I've really been impressed with the defensive footwork we've seen so far.
Oh, another one. Wow, what a finish. In traffic. CLC's Paige Travers is having herself a game. Might be her third, or definitely her third, might even be her fourth. She's done an excellent job of kind of working her way to the middle and finishing in tight. That's a tough skill to be able to kind of, you know, take some contact and finish in traffic, right?
Absolutely. That was a great finish. Way to keep her head up and just smartly get that shot off.
CLC's Lily Kartsich is in the circle. CLC leading 6-4 in the second half of the 2029B NGLL Championship by number 17.
Caroline Paris with a great draw control. Working the ball around high. It's Arden Donnelly. It's a great look for help by
excellent
CLC.
look, and is able to sneak it in through the 5-hole. I believe that's number 4.
Phoebe Lesh with a great goal. Good cut and great finish.
Good handle, too. Almost a bit of a change-up, too. It didn't look like it had a ton of speed on it, but it didn't need it. The placement is better than pure power, right?
Exactly. That's why they have him play power and finesse.
So 6-5 CLC. Crucial draw control. Seems like everyone is getting more and more important as the game goes on.
Paris back in the draw circle for Team 1.
Erin Hogan took the draw, and now it's Jordan Sorial with the draw control. And now it looks like CLC will try to initiate up top as they've been doing for much of the game with Harper Loprior. And a big save.
Great save.
But they're able to maintain control as Alexa Moscatello comes up with a ground ball. Extends the CLC possession. Big ground ball from Alexa there. Good defense.
Some great defense and a good cause turnover. And it's headed back into Team 1's hands.
CLC will take control here. Jordan Sorial thinks about it, pulls back out.
Maggie DeVore did a great job of getting into the lane there to take away that angle for the shot. I like the high pressure defense that Team 1 is applying to ball right now. Michelle Lee has been doing a great job of getting high out on her her offender's hands and holding them to a low angle.
Paige Travers just misses the net. She's been on a heater in this game. Try to go ready there. Don't see too much in the offhand, but the way she shot that, it was a good shot, just missed the net.
Avery Kelly in goal for Team 1 has came up with some big saves recently down this stretch in this close 1-goal game.
Good defense. That's excellent. Talk about footwork. Can she get the ground ball? She does.
Absolutely.
And gets it up. Oh, no, it's going to stay. Well, we got a little 50-50. Okay, now it's staying with CLC. But that defense was outstanding to match feet.
Absolutely. Lila York, despite it being back in CLC's hands, was a great cause turnover and a great push to try to push the transition going the other way.
That's not easy, too, to go down laterally like that without fouling and then getting the ball. That was a very impressive sequence, especially how she was able to pick up the ground ball with 2 or 3 around her. But CLC strikes back. Alexa Moscatello gets the bouncer. That's a huge goal for CLC to get the ball on the ride back. Ride backs get you paid.
Absolutely.
What a play.
We talked about just valuing possession, valuing the ball, just making sure we're being smart with the ball. Team 1 absolutely had some opportunity to take the ball back and move it into their offensive end there. So just continuing to be smart and valuing each possession.
So Erin Hogan will take the draw for CLC.
And Caroline Paris remains in the circle.
She seems to be their go-to girl for this.
She's been doing a solid job, so I don't blame them.
Big pickup.
And Virginia Dooley with the draw control for Team 1. Once again, I really like that look of when we start to push the fast break and we're realizing the fast break isn't there, to just pull it out, settle the offense, and then start to initiate from there.
And it seems like the CLC offense has started up top more, whereas Team 1 has initiated a lot from behind the cage. Two different styles, but getting it done. But now CLC comes away with the ball. Jordan Soriel picked up the ground ball, and she will move it up to Victoria Van Tassel. And now CLC is going to settle that possession. Harper Loprior moves it over to Erin Hogan.
A good slide defensively for Team 1.
I feel like if I'm CLC, I might go to Paige Travers. She's got the hot hand in this game.
And an early slide from Team 1.
Good defense. Way to be patient. Didn't overextend.
Quick start off that whistle.
CLC up 7-5. Second half of the 2029 NGLL National Championship game. This has been I would say the most competitive of the 3 games that we've done together, Emily.
I would agree with that.
And it's been a great way to cap it off. Just back and forth. Some good goals, some great defense, some big saves from the goalies as well, on both ends.
It's fun to watch. Some stingy defense is what you like to see, making the offense work for their shots, for the opportunities that they're given.
And right on cue, as I was talking about it, Paige Travers buries one. She has been very, very tough to slow down for Team 1. She's been a presence on seemingly every goal.
I would say it's a pretty big draw control going into this one.
If it goes CLC's way, you start to think maybe it's starting to slip away a bit from Team 1, but if Team 1 can get the ball back, 3 goals is manageable. Starts with 1 draw control.
Exactly, and we spoke earlier that Team 1 hasn't trailed all weekend, so a little bit of uncharted territory, just finding how to dig deep and just kind of ignite the spark once again.
Right. Lily Karsich on the draw for CLC.
And it looks like we have a switch up for Team 1 taking the draw.
Harper Loprior comes up with the draw control ground ball.
And a great save by Avery back in net for Team 1.
Excellent kick save. No idea how she got a piece of that. Looked like it was ticketed for the corner, but she did an excellent job.
If you're Team 1, that's got to fire you up a little bit.
Get tight! Get tight!
Wow. Not a lot going on there other than just, hey, I'm just going to run by my defender here. What a play by number 16, Alex Perdue. Don't need to drop anything too crazy there. Just, hey, why don't you run by your defender and see what happens. So great play by Perdue. Huge swing there for CLC.
Exactly. CLC has seemed to come out with a little extra energy into this half. Really kind of firing on all cylinders right now, starting in the draw circle and then taking it down to the offensive end.
That's a big draw control. Again, Maddie Heppelwhite able to kind of box out her opponent on the circle, catch that ball right out of the air.
CLC has had some success dodging recently, so I would expect to continue to see some dodges from them. Once they work the ball around a little bit, they've been doing a good job of kind of letting everybody get a touch before initiating their offense. Just killing some time with the little bit of a cushion of a lead that they have.
Well, I was going to say that's so important, right? Like, you want to get a good possession. You also want to kill some time. You don't need to press and go to goal unless the look is there, right? Especially with no shot clock.
For sure. Team 1's defense is doing a great job on ball, really making CLC work for their shots, though. So credit to the on-ball defense from Team 1. It's a great slide, a good take, and it looks like it'll be an 8-meter.
Addison Mark will get the 8-meter here. If she gets this one, might have to start thinking it could be pretty close to over for CLC Inward to be celebrating soon. Got another whistle. A mark right down the middle.
Way to crash in from the defense. Looks like it'll be brought back to the 8-meter, though. Avery Kelly standing ready in goal.
Mark will run it back again.
And there we go.
Good save.
Kelly with a great save.
Up
back
and
in
out,
net.
and they're going to be able to clear it.
Looks like Team 1's pushing the break. And starting to slow it down a little bit, which is all right now. Just being smart with the ball, valuing the possession, making sure they get the look they want.
Oh, what a save! What an outstanding save.
The ball is back into Team 1's hands.
But again, we talked about it earlier when Team 1, or when they got stuff. Not changing planes or not changing levels, that's a bit tough, right? Like, you have to think the goalie's just kind of looking where she already is with her stick up high. So you'd like to kind of see a little high to low fake there.
Exactly, just change it up a little bit. Another take from down low.
And another save.
Great chase out by Team 1. They had each other's backs there.
Number 93, Alexa Moscatello, making some stops. Oh, and right on cue.
And a great finish.
Team 1 finishes one off. CLC still up by 3.
Stay on it.
Caroline Paris back on the draw for Team 1.
Looks like Jordan Soriel for CLC. .50 balls. Gonna go with Team 1.
Michelle Lee with the draw control. I really feel like Michelle's been fantastic all over the field today. She's been playing some lockdown defense, 1v1 defense, and then
Another yellow card. Sorry, not to interrupt, but another
That's
yellow
okay.
card. CLC is going to get hit with a yellow card. Great. I mean, Michelle drew that card with her effort. She kept her feet moving. Was pulling away. I think it's Sam Reed with the ball in the corner.
so now Team 1 will be up a player again for 2 minutes. Just keep the ball moving is kind of the name of the game when you're player up. So 7v6 on this offensive end. CLC is doing a great job of packing it in a little bit more. Team 1 gets the ball back. And that's a great play. That's a great play by number 13, Isla Kelly, by being able to get back and let her player go back onto the offensive end with the ball to avoid going offsides. So really heads up by Team 1.
Great play. They've run that little sequence, that little play a couple of times, especially on the player up situation. Really take advantage of maybe some ball watching from the CLC defense. With 9-7, Team 1 from Chicago trying to claw their way back into this before time runs out. A couple minutes left, but that's an eternity in lacrosse, right?
Exactly. So much can happen in just a matter of seconds.
Substitution from CLC. Probably well timed, of course, you know.
I would agree with that. Kill a little bit of
accidentally
that
on purpose, of course.
I can't say I blame them.
It's not bad it's excellent coaching. It's just how the rules work with running clock, right?
Exactly. A little bit of stoppage of play.
All right, we're all set for the draw control here. CLC up 9-7 on Team 1. Game's waning minutes. And we're going to do it again.
Looks like
no, we're not going to do it again. I'm sorry.
Start.
CLC ball, that is a crucial swing right there.
You just want to really value your possession here if you're CLC. Being down a player, up 2 goals, being close to the end of the game. Just kind of hold on to the ball, drain out that penalty clock until you're back to even strength.
You're seeing a lot of pressure up top right now from Team 1.
Absolutely, and I think that's the right call. Really apply some pressure to the ball. You really want to get the ball back. And now we're back to even strength. But even then,
I was going to say, I still think you got to go pressure here at this point. Down 2. No shot clock. Oh, almost had a interception go the other way.
I really like that look. I believe that was Virginia Dooley trying to take the risk and cause that turnover up top.
That's the time to go, right?
Absolutely.
One minute remaining, we're hearing. So now I think if you're Team 1, you got to double, triple the ball and just kind of throw anything you can do at this point.
I would agree. Try to push them as high and wide as possible and hope that your offensive players that are hanging up near the 30 can potentially get a back check.
Aaron Hogan has control of the ball. Good off-ball movement, and she's going to pick it up.
Looks like there's a hold. It'll remain CLC ball. An 8-meter, it looks like. It'll be interesting to see if CLC holds on to this or pulls it out.
Number 3, Shay Flynn. Further out now.
I think that's a smart move for Team CLC. Just
no need to take the chance, right?
Exactly. Value possession.
Come on. Yes, yes, yes.
Foul will stay CLC ball.
Is it for them?
Clock is ticking down.
And there it is. CLC with a 9-7 win in the 2029 B Division of the NGLL National Championships. Like I was saying earlier, the best game we saw today. Great job back and forth from both teams, but CLC was just able to make a couple more plays and comes out on top.
That was some great effort from both teams. Congratulations to Team CLC.
Thank you for joining us today on broadcasting the NGLL National Championships. And we look forward to seeing these teams play again.
Great to see you again. Great to meet you. Great working with you. Yeah, I had a lot of wire management, but I got a whole team to help me with that.